Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Breath of Gaming HD here today. In today's video, Activision is desperate, Call of Duty Warzone is dying, and Activision and Call of Duty are literally pulling out all the stops to save a dying game mode that became so popular back in 2020 when everybody was trapped inside during a freaking pandemic, right? And here we are 5, 6 years later to the point of where they're finally, quote unquote, listening to the community. They're bringing back a whole lot of legacy features in the form of floating floor loot, as well as the traditional vertical menu that was in the buy station so long ago, as well as bringing back legacy guns from that era of Warzone in the form of the Kilo 141, a conversion kit for the SWAT 556, which technically converts into the Growl 556, and to even mention the fact that they're bringing back the HDR sniper. And they are literally doing all of this, banking on nostalgia, hoping that this is the big break that Activision needs in order to continue making Warzone and there being a Warzone 3. And that's the thing. Bringing back all this bullshit, bringing back everything back from the original Verdansk, the original Warzone 1 to current date, it's not going to be enough to bring back the player base. It will be enough there to maybe hold them there for a month, maybe 2 weeks. But then yet again, they really have not shared very much on the anti-cheat or their lack of an anti-cheat. And they are literally going all out, pretty much putting all their money on the table, putting all those chips on blackjack, hoping that this iteration of Warzone, or the return of Verdansk, I should say, is the big break that they are literally going to need to pretty much keep Warzone afloat and keep Warzone alive. But at this point, a majority of the Call of Duty community has literally woken the hell up, smelled the roses, and realized that Warzone, for many players, especially those who, only play Warzone and enjoy Warzone for what it is, even though I despise Warzone for so many different reasons because of the fact that I play 6v6. I did play 6v6 and I left because of so much bullshit, especially with this current title of Call of Duty with Black Ops 6 in general. But if Activision and Treyarch literally think that this is enough to save Black Ops 6 and Season 3 of Warzone, they are going to be heavily devastated and heavily mistaken for the fact that they promised to fix the anti-cheat. They promised to do this. They promised to do that. They continue to deliver false hope and false promises one after another. And at a certain point, the Call of Duty community will just get sick of the bullshit. They'll get sick of the lies. They'll get sick of all the shit that Activision has been quote unquote promising that they'll do. But now that Warzone is literally on the break of death and they're going to be losing a shit ton of money on the big money maker that is Warzone, now they're panicking. Now they're in a freak out state of where, wow, where did we go wrong? How did Warzone get this bad? And they're asking themselves all these questions now. And the only reason why they're doing it now is because of the fact that they are more inclined to listen because of this bullshit, because of the fact, and they put themselves in this position. They did this to themselves. This has been a long time coming for the past 5 to 6 years, and now they want to listen. Now they choose to care all of a sudden. They only care because the only reason why they've managed to keep Warzone alive for this long, especially some individuals in the community that are not very bright, I should say, and I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments is probably going to be telling me that PC does not make up a good portion of the Call of Duty community. Well, that is where you are wrong for those who literally think that. According to your daddy, Bobby Kotick, or should I say Papi in general, he pretty much stated that about, I believe it was 15% of the player base is on PC. So If you think I'm lying and all that bullshit, you might as well Google search that shit and double check with your daddy on that, because I'm basically reiterating what I've heard. And that's the thing. They're just hoping that the banking of nostalgia is enough to bring back players. And I'm part of a group chat in real life where they are literally hyped for Verdansk. And for me, it's just time for Verdansk. It's time for Warzone to go away. It's time for a new era of Call of Duty. Shut down Warzone. Forget about it ever existing. And to be honest, I hate to say this, I hate to be a dick, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm mostly a 6v6 type of content player. So I'm hoping that Verdansk fails. I'm hoping that this iteration of Warzones backfires so far into their face to the point of where they'll put Warzone on the back burner. They'll just pretty much put it on life support at this point, and hopefully at a certain state, Warzone can possibly fade off into existence, and hopefully, which I doubt because of the skill-based matchmaking system that we have nowadays, but I'm hoping that eventually Warzone will slowly fade into existence and 6v6 will be the main core aspect of Call of Duty like it once was before 2019, before 2020, before the pandemic, and before Warzone 1 in general. And I don't want there to be a Warzone 3. I'm sorry, I hate to say that. I'm not big on Warzone. I know some people are like, oh, you're just a Warzone hater because you're trash at the game. Shut the fuck up. I don't like Warzone because of the fact that, one, it's a boring, slow-ass, tedious fucking game, and I'd rather play Fortnite, even though I might get bashed for that in the comments because, it's a cartoon, childish game. But at the end of the day, they at least have soul. They at least have passion behind their project. They listen to their community. Name me one time when Activision decided to listen to the community out of the concern of the player base. Tell me when. Name one time. And if you can't think of one, then shut up. Exactly. That's what I thought. But back to the topic at hand, it's a good thing to see that all of this bullshit is finally catching up with Activision and Call of Duty and Black Ops 6, sadly. And it's good to see that this shit is finally happening because it's time for a change. It's time for a new era of Call of Duty to embrace from the ashes, rise out of it like a phoenix, and take Call of Duty to what it once was, where 6v6 was the main content, where 6v6 was the main core experience, where everybody would go to play. Sure, I can understand there's still going to be weapon bundles, and like I said earlier, the skill-based matchmaking still being a thing. But at the end of the day, I would rather have a nice $70 product that actually works, that actually feels like it's somewhat done, somewhat finished at launch, instead of just ripping content from a game prior, which I'm looking at Modern Warfare 3, for instance, because one of the maps is apparently a Modern Warfare 3 map, which was stripped in order to help Treyarch with future seasons in Black Ops 6. And that's the thing. There's no originality anymore. There's no creativity behind Call of Duty like it once was. There's so much rehash content in the form of, like what I said earlier, in form of the guns. And not to even mention, I didn't mention this earlier in the video, but they're even bringing back skins like Domino, Mace, and other characters from Warzone 1 that were very popular within the realm of the Black Ops universe. And sure, I know it's all intertwined, it's all interconnected, but once you start mixing and matching shit, it starts becoming so convoluted and confusing to a certain point of where many fans don't even know what Call of Duty is anymore, and technically has an identity crisis, which has technically been all over YouTube here recently. And that is what Warzone has done. It has technically created a identity crisis of the game and the franchise does not know what it is anymore. Is it a core 6v6 experience? Is it a weird wannabe Fortnite clone just for a cash grab? Call of Duty does not know what it is anymore, and for me, I would like to see Warzone get shut down permanently, get put down in the dirt to ensure that the future of Call of Duty succeeds. And comment down below how you feel about the current state. But it's been your boy Brotherhood Gaming HD, everybody, and if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe, like, hit the bell notifications, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out and goodbye, everybody.